There we go. I'm sorry. Unless she's going to do that. Check, 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 check. All right. So I'm hoping that we don't have any Zoom issues this morning. If you guys somehow get disconnected, or if I get, whoop, bless you, if I get disconnected or if you get disconnected, just hang tight and sign back in because I'll just restart the session. I know that Kat had a little bit of issue this morning, but I'm hoping that we won't, so fingers crossed. Yeah, this is my friend Skylar. She's staying with us for the week, and she just likes to cuddle and be near me, so she may be near me during the practice. If you have any trouble seeing my mat, just let me know. But my name is Erin, and I'm delighted to be teaching this Sunday morning class for Ease Yoga. Thank you so much for your support of Ease. If you've offered a donation or just by simply showing up at these classes so that we're not here talking to ourselves, we appreciate you being here to practice with us. It's really important to us that we keep our Ease community connected by giving out information, by inviting you to classes, by hosting workshops that appeal to you. So if there's something that you want to see us offering, then just let us know and drop an email to Tara or Becky or Beth, or just put it on the Facebook page. This one's a little needy. So we're going to start on our mats today. Just have a nice yoga flow in which we just invite a little bit of a parigraha into our life. Parigraha, one of the yoga yamas that reminds us to not grip so tightly, to let go of things that don't serve us, to find a little loosening of things that grip us so that we can find some freedom. And sometimes that means just being prepared to be unprepared. That means being okay with the unexpected. And there's a lot of unexpected and unknowing right now. So we're going to just move through the body today with that energy of being open to whatever comes, and stay true to your body, giving yourself what you need out of the practice today. Stay away from anything that doesn't feel right, and just allow yourself to have some fun. Sorry about that. So we're going to start on our mat on hands and knees. Before we settle into beginning shape, come into a table position with a nice flat back, long spine, crown of the head forward, tailbone back, and just move a little bit into the body. Just noticing how the body feels today, noticing if there's any tightness in the neck or the shoulders or the hips. You don't have to think too much about what you're doing. Just let the body go where it wants to go. I like to think of this as sort of taking inventory, taking stock, so that when you practice, you can fill up in the spaces where you really need it most. Just like refilling an order. One of the unexpecteds or unknowns in the practice as I practice outside is what kinds of noises you may hear in the background. Just let that be part of the practice. Just noticing when you get distracted, and then bringing the attention back to something that tethers you, your intention, your breath, maybe something in the body. Take 2 more breaths, moving freely. And then begin to retract your hips to your heels, finding a child's pose. Melting the chest and your forehead down to the earth. Maybe walk the fingertips a little further away from you without inviting the shoulders to hunch up toward the ears. Root down through the palms, melt the armpits down to the earth. Feel a nice stretch across the chest and the back. Take a big breath in. Exhale. Let everything go. Do that twice more. Inhale, fears, worries, concerns, anxieties. Exhale, send them away. Last one, big breath in. Full breath out. Let the lips close. Just find yourself settling into your space. As I read to you a beautiful passage from Morgan Harper Nichols. Let's She's a Black American woman who writes poetry, and I found her work to be really inspiring this week. So I've been doing nothing but quoting her. Here's one of her passages from All Along You Were Blooming. Take heart. Take heart. Do not be afraid. The future may be uncertain, but there is no need to hide away. Every day is an opportunity to courageously show up, even when you do not feel equipped, or that when you're not feeling that you are enough. Let grace surprise you, setting fire to your bones, strengthening your mind in the wild of your unknowns. There are so many unknowns. So allow the passion that you hold within you be enough to ignite you to courageously go out into those unknowns. To stay brave, to stay true to your passion, to speak up when it feels right. Maybe with each inhale, you welcome in a greater sense of courage and bravery, a greater sense of trust, knowing that you have all the tools you need to navigate that sea of unknown. It's okay not to know. Deepening the breath, deepening the ingestion of the bravery and the courage. Finding more space in the body to fill up with that beautiful breath. And then bend the elbows, bring the palms together behind the head, making your intention clear and known to yourself today. Settling on a thought or a mantra, maybe a word. And when you focus your attention on that thought, that mantra, that word, it helps to invite energy to grow into that space. Seeing the intention begin to manifest. Repeat it over and over. Breathe deeper into it. 3 more big breaths. We'll take 1 shared breath together. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, side out. Beautiful. Start to lift the hips back up over the knees. Walk the hands over beyond the right edge of the mat, planting left palm on top of right, and then sink the hips back toward the left hip, or toward the left heel rather. Inhale, back up to center, back down, sending the weight toward the left heel. Do that twice more. Inhale, lift up, palms are rooted. Exhale, weight sinks. Last one, come back to the knees. And this time, find your deepest opening into that left side body. One more big breath. Keep the right hand where it is. Take the left arm and weave it underneath the right, coming down onto your left shoulder and your head, taking a gentle spinal twist. Keep pressing the left shoulder toward the earth. Breathe into the twist. One more big breath. Beautiful. Lift the hips up back over the knees. Walk them into the center. Take 2 cow cats. Drop the belly, finding your cow pose. Heart stretches forward. Exhale, lift and round the spine, tucking the belly up. Inhale, drop, extend through the front body. And exhale, press the earth away, creating some space in the back. Come back into a nice flat back, neutral spine. Walk the hands over beyond the left edge of the mat, right palm on top of left, and then sink the hips over to the right side. Inhale, back up. Exhale, press to the right. 2 more, just creating a little space. So when we sink and settle, we feel more broadness. Last big breath in. And as you exhale, settle into your seat here, hips to heel, over, opening up the right side body. Keep rooting down toward the earth, through the armpits, through the chest. 1 more breath. And then take that right arm and weave it under the left, coming onto your right shoulder, finding your twist. Whoops. There we go. The dog hijacked the camera. Told you, you just have to laugh and be prepared to be unprepared. Take 1 more big breath. And then come right back into center. Send the hips back to the heels. Just give me a thumbs up. Can you guys see me okay and hear me okay? Yeah, I want to make sure that the microphone wasn't unplugged or anything. All right, we're going to inhale, lift the arms up to the sky. Bring the hands to interlace behind the back and feel a nice widening through the heart. Open up through the front body, lifting the sternum up toward the sky. If it's not comfortable for you to sit in this hero's pose, you're welcome to come all the way down to the earth in another comfortable seat. Take 1 more big breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to round the spine, bringing the elbows to kiss in front of the face. Inhale, lift and extend, open up through the heart. And exhale, round, bringing the elbows to touch chin to chest. 2 more, articulating into the spine. Big breath in. Full breath out. Last one. The way that we're seated in this Shavasana helps to stretch through the quadriceps. Nice. Come back into center. Release your right hand down to the earth. Left arm up and over to the right. Draw the left shoulder back just a little bit. Maybe feel a little bit of spin into the rib cage, drawing the left ribs back. 1 more breath. Come back up through center, right arm to the sky, then reach it over to the left. With the right bicep framing the right ear. Big breath in. Full breath out. Nice. Come back up to center. We're going to roll right to table position and then come into your downward facing dog. So inviting the legs to begin to stretch long. If they need a little coaxing, maybe it feels good to pedal out through the heels. Maybe it feels good to bend the knees and then straighten them, inviting the chest to press toward the thighs. Slide the shoulders up and away from the ears, finding their way down the back. And then take note of your breath in the inversion. It always changes when you get upside down, so find a gentle cadence of breath. Nice, big breath in, full breath out. Beautiful. We're going to hinge forward, coming into a high plank, making any adjustments to our palm placement so it's underneath the shoulders. Then release the knees, untuck the toes, bend the elbows as they hug the ribs on the way down to the earth. Inhale, press the earth away as the chest rises and the heart shines, and lower back down. Inhale, lift up, open up. Exhale, release. Just making our way into this back bend very lovingly, very gently. And we'll do that one more time. One more baby cobra. Inhale, lift and shine through the heart. Back through table, making your way back to downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale forward, high plank once again. Maybe you leave the knees up this time if you'd like, or lower them. Lower down, chaturanga, bend the elbows. Inhale, scoop the heart up. Maybe begin to straighten the elbows for a fuller cobra. Back to downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale forward, high plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, open the heart. Back to downward facing dog. All right, warming up the core and the shoulders and the arms. Look to the front of the mat. Start to walk the feet to your hands, finding a forward fold. Inhale, press down, rise all the way up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold once again. Inhale, flat back, hands to shins. Plant your hands, step back to your high plank. Lower chaturanga. Maybe you hover halfway and then scoop the heart up. Maybe you're ready for your upward facing dog. Back to downward facing dog. Beautiful. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look to the front of the mat. Maybe this time you take one big step and meet with the other foot. Forward fold. Finding different ways to travel each time. Rise up. Exhale, melt down. Halfway lift, hands to shins. Plant the hands, step back one foot, then the other, high plank. Always measuring your plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale for a heart opening that feels just right for you. Back to downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. This time, step forward with the other foot leading, meeting at the top of the mat. Rise up. Bow down. Let it all go. Halfway lift, flat back. Plant your hands, step back to your high plank. Lower down. Scoop back up, press the earth away. Downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Look to the front. Maybe this time you bend the knees and courageously hop. Even if it takes a few hops, just try keeping the feet together. Hippity hop to the front of the mat. Rise up. Exhale, bow down. Halfway lift, flat back. Plant your hands and maybe you hop back. Bend the knees, shoot the legs back, landing with a little bend in the elbows. Inhale, open the heart. Back to downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. I invite you to 2 rounds of that sun salutation flow on your own. Trusting your inner wisdom, trusting your own body to guide you. It doesn't have to be what I just guided you in. I'm just gonna watching the energy flow through your body. Following the beautiful rhythm of your breath. Being okay with the unknown, being unguided by anything other than your own wisdom. That is enough. Nice. So many different variations. I love it. Beautiful. Making your way back to downward facing dog. You guys are awesome. Just want wanted you to feel how liberating it is to let yourself go. Right? You don't need me to tell you what to do. Your body knows where to go. Your body knows what it needs. So just have some fun with it. Take a breath in. Let a breath go. Keep tilting the tailbone high to the sky. Opening up space through the back body and the front body, through the legs. Maybe shake the head a little bit. Relieve any tightness or tension in your neck. Breathe in. Breathe out. On the inhale, right leg high, three-legged dog. Step the right foot to the right wrist. Melt the left heel down so that your heels are in 2 lanes of traffic. Rise up for warrior one. So there should be as much effort into the front leg and foot as there is into the back leg and foot, with the hips squared right to the front of the mat. Kristen, you are outside too. I see the beautiful clouds above you. I love it. Beautiful. Yeah, use your own hands to adjust those hips. And then rise a little taller through the spine. And when you're ready, you can sweep the arms up, plug the arms or the shoulders down and back, rotate the pinkies toward one another just slightly, lengthening into the cervical spine. Find your breath. One more big breath. And then the hands float down to the earth. Step back to high plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, rise. Extending, expanding through the heart space. Back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left heel to the sky, keeping the hips squared. Step the left foot behind the left wrist. Right heel melts down. Planting those feet, claiming your stake, and rising for your warrior one. So there should be a lot of activation in your back half because that heel is really driving down. Where can you find more length? Where can you welcome the effort and the ease? Lifting the spine nice and tall, softening the shoulders. 2 more breaths. And as you exhale, the hands come down to the earth. Step back, high plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, scoop up. Really flexing into those thighs. If you want to lift them into your downward facing dog. I meant contracting into those thighs. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look to the front of the mat. Bring the feet to hands, however you'd like to arrive. Toe mounds kiss, chair pose. Sweep up. My husband's practicing right in the kitchen, and he does not care for chair pose, so I'm waiting to hear his there we go. I'm waiting to hear his exclamations. Sink the tailbone nice and low. Just notice right here if you're really excessively curving in the spine, your lordosis, or are you tucking? Find neutral. Maybe just take a few pelvic tilts forwards and backwards until you can find what feels like neutral to you. Still lifting through the crown of the head. Arms extended, or if your shoulders are fatiguing, hands to the heart. You should be able to see your toesies here. One more big breath. And bow down into a fold. Halfway lift, flat back. Plant your hands, maybe courageously hopping back. Landing in chaturanga before you flow. Always remembering that the flows are optional. So those are the component pieces of our Sun B salutation. Warrior one and chair pose. So I'm going to guide you on a few rounds and I'm going to let you go on your own. Again, trusting your inner wisdom. We have to listen to that voice. We have to be present for that guidance. On the inhale, right leg high. Step forward behind the right wrist. Left heel down, warrior one. Breathe in. Sink a little deeper. Big inhale. Exhale, hands to the earth. Take a flow. Take it your way. And don't feel rushed. Inhale, left heel high. Left foot behind the left wrist, right heel down. Warrior one. Breathe in. Sink deeper. Big inhale. And release down to the earth. High to low plank. Scoop the heart up. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Look to the front of the mat. Hop or step. Arriving feet to hands. Toe mounds kiss as you sweep up. Melting the tailbone low. Chair pose. Big breath in. And fold. Halfway lift, flat back. Plant your hands and take your flow. We'll arrive back at downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right, so Surya B, 2 rounds on your own. And if you invite something different into the mix, celebrate. Celebrate that detour. That's the creative center within. Trusting, having a little fun. Make sure you're breathing. Again, try not to plan. You don't have to pre-write your lesson plans here. Just let the body go. So freeing. One more round, wherever you are. Both sides. Sun B. Beautiful. I love seeing hands on the hips for those adjustments. Nice. Beautiful, Lisa. Nice. You guys are awesome. Good job, Jen. Nice adjustments there. When you're done, I like the his and hers practice there, Susie. That's adorable. Once you arrive back at downward facing dog, come down to a child's pose. If you wanted to take more flow, go for it. Otherwise, just settle into child's pose once again. Checking back in, taking that inventory once again. Noticing how it felt to be on your own. To do something that maybe felt so familiar in your body, but your mind felt a little untethered. How did that feel? You are safe to practice any way that feels right in your body. You are safe to move in creative ways off the script. There is no script. You are safe to trust the inner wisdom of your own heart, the intuition in your mind. So breathe into the body here. 2 more big breaths. After that second breath, make your way back to downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. On the inhale, right leg high to the sky. Right foot steps behind the right wrist, left foot melts, warrior one. From warrior one, bring your hands behind the back, interlace them, squeeze the shoulder blades together and lift the heart to the sky. Every inhale, squeeze a little bit more. With every exhale, dive a little deeper into your lunge. If you're comfortable closing your eyes, try that, shaking up your balance a little bit. If you're outside, maybe you don't want to close your eyes because it's just too beautiful to miss. One more breath. From here, we're going to bow down, humble warrior, bringing the right shoulder toward the right knee. Let the head hang heavy, shake it out a little bit, soften into the neck. Big breath in, full breath out. Release the hand bind, plant the left palm down inside or right down underneath the shoulder and peel the right arm up. So we're taking a twist. Keep rooting down through both feet. Keep sinking into your front thigh. Big breath in. Full breath out. Bring the right hand down. We're going to walk over to the left foot, coming into a Skandasana. So Skandasana is a low lunge, side lunge. So the tailbone roots low and you're flexing into the right foot. All right, so you can stay here to challenge your balance. If you need to root down to feel safer, that's fine too. Just keep thinking about drawing the weight down toward the earth to give that adductor a really beautiful stretch. One more big breath in. And we're going to walk the hands over, frame the right foot, lift the left foot and turn it in. We're going to come into a triangle, not triangle, a pyramid pose. So lift up a little bit. It's nice to start from a standing posture for this one so that you can take your time adjusting the stance. It's a really intense leg stretch here. The feet are both flat to the earth. Hips are square to the front of the mat once again. Take a big breath in, lifting in the spine. And as you exhale, bow down. Letting the hands come down to the earth or blocks if they're not quite making their way to the earth. And just think about bringing that right butt cheek up and back. So lift it up and then press it back as you draw your left hip forward. Head hangs, and the breath goes wherever you need it to right now. Two more breaths. Keep your left hand rooted to the earth. We're going to find that twist again. So as you twist, you want to just twist through the thoracic spine, not into the hips. So keep stabilizing into the feet, squeezing into the hips so they don't move. You can even take your right hand and place it on your sacrum so that your hips know not to go anywhere, and just draw the right shoulder open. Two more breaths. Think about extending through the crown of the head. Beautiful. From here, we're going to release the hands down to the earth, press into the right foot, find a standing split. So left leg goes straight to the sky, heel up. So we don't want any rotation in that hip. We want the hip point or hip bone to point downward. Maybe you take your hands to bind on the standing leg. One more big breath, really big stretch into that right leg. And then release the left foot to meet the right, forward fold. Bend and straighten the knees. And then halfway lift to a flat back. Woo, hello hamstring. Exhale, bow down, take a flow, high to low. We really work that right leg. You're gonna be feeling it, so to breathe into it. Back to downward facing dog. Big breath in, full breath out. All right, inhale, left heel high. Exhale, left foot behind the left wrist, right foot down. Rise into your warrior one. Interlace hands in a different pattern behind the back. Open up through the heart. So notice if the integrity of the front lunge has changed. Notice if the knee is starting to buckle in. Imagine my hand is right there pressing the outside of the knee, and just press your knee into my hand. One more big breath. Find your humble warrior. Finding humility as the left shoulder comes to the left knee. Crown of the head tilts down toward the earth. And again, right here, think about that right hip drawing forward, left hip slightly back. Big breath in. Full breath out. Release the hands, right hand to the earth, left arm peels up. So nothing changes in the legs and the hips. We're just twisting through the spine here. See if you can extend your gaze up to the left thumb. Give that neck a really good stretch. And then release your hands. Walk over to the left foot, right foot, coming into your Skandasana. So again, the more you flex into that left foot, the more sensation you'll welcome into to the leg. Tailbone sinks down. Spine is high. 2 more breaths. Beautiful. Hands walk over to frame the left foot. The right foot steps in a little bit and rise up. Use your strong core to lift you. 2 lanes of traffic for your pyramid pose. Intense leg stretch. So your left hip draws back, right hip draws forward. Nice and tall through the spine. Sorry, one of my friends just peeked her head over the fence. Haven't seen her in a while, so you hear the dog barking. Oreo, enough. You never know what you're going to get. These unexpected joys sometimes arise in addition to the unexpected surprises that we don't necessarily want. All right, take a big breath in. As you exhale, start to bow down. You keep folding. I'll take care of the dog. Oreo. Come. Breathing into those strong sensations in the legs. And then keep the right palm rooted. That left hand can come to your sacrum as you start to twist to the left. So lengthen through the spine. Find your twist. Again, if you change your gaze, it helps to shift the energy. You get deeper into the twist. Big breath in. Full breath out. Nice. Release the hands back to center, shift into the left foot. Right leg rises, standing split. Knee to nose. If you're working on your handstand practice, you can root the palms down and gently kick the legs up a little bit. Even if you're not working on the practice, but you just want to bring a little cardio into the practice, get the heat, get the heart pumping, that's a good way to do it. One more big breath. And then release the right foot to meet the left, forward fold. Nice. Bend and straighten into those legs once again. All right, then we're going to rise all the way up to standing. And bring the hands to the heart. Notice where you feel rooted. Notice where you feel lifted. All right, take a big breath in. Exhale back to chair pose, Utkatasana. And we're going to build on this to make one of our strong poses of courage, our eagle pose. So start to shift into the right foot. Left leg is going to lift up and around, hugging at the thighs, wrapping the toes around. And then the left arm is going to come underneath the right arm, crossing right at the elbows. Palms can connect. And right here, create a little space between the elbows and your face. Yes. Nice, Kristen. Beautiful, Lisa. Good job. Susie, Abigail. Beautiful. Keep firing up right in your core. I see you, Shirley. Strong eagle. Squeeze those thighs together. Sink the tailbone a little bit deeper. You got this. One more big breath. Beautiful. Start to unwind. Find a warrior three. Sending the left foot back. Foot is flexed. Heel up, toe down. Ideally, the chest is parallel to the earth. Bend as much as you need to in that standing leg. Squeeze into the glute of that left side, really using it to help you lift that left heel. One more big breath. And come back to Tadasana at the top of the mat. All right, you guys good? You look so strong. All right, take a big breath in. Exhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Thighs draw together. Lower abs are engaged. Shift into the left foot. The right leg wraps around, connecting at the thighs. And then the right arm weaves underneath the left arm. Elbows come up and away from the face. Squeeze everything. Notice your breath. Breathe really deeply into the body here. One more. And then start to unwind. Send your right heel back. Warrior three. I'm using an airplane arm variation. For a full expression, maybe you have your arms reaching in front of you with the biceps framing the ears once again. Big breath in. Full breath out. Beautiful. Come back to standing in Tadasana. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, chair pose. One last chair pose. And with each breath, try to dig a little deeper here until eventually your hips are down toward the heels and you come right onto your booty. We're gonna find a boat pose. Bonk. All right, beautiful. So in our boat pose, we wanna keep that nice long spine, engaged abs. The legs can be out in front of you, or you can have them down to the earth. You can also have the legs nice and straight. That doesn't really serve me well, so I always keep the legs bent. Shoulders roll down and back. Take 5 more big breaths. Get that pelvic floor engaged here. Get those abs fired up. Nourish it with breath. One more big breath. You guys are rock stars. Beautiful day for boating, wouldn't you say? And then bring those feet down to the earth. Hands behind you. Let the knees move from side to side like windshield wipers. We're going to cross the right ankle over the left thigh, coming into a figure 4 stretch. So keep that right foot flexed, drawing the toes toward the knee. You can walk the hands closer to your backside, lifting up a little taller in your seat, pressing your chest toward the leg, or you can make it more gentle by moving the leg away from the chest. Find your edge here, breathe into it. Two more breaths. All right. Bring your left heel over to the right sit bone and bring the right foot right to the earth, crossed over the left leg. Sit up nice and tall. Draw the knee in, twist to your right. And every breath is like taking inventory. So every inhale looks for a little more length in the spine. Every exhale, a little bit more rotation. One more big breath. We're going to come into center and then move over to the other side with the hands and extend your left leg. So your left leg is long and your right leg is crossed over. We're going to take a little baby grasshopper here, one of my favorites. So your right hand will reach for your left foot. I had to think about what foot that was. Right hand on the left foot or the ankle or the pant leg or whatever you want to do. Left hand is right here next to your left hip. And just for a second, go down like you're gonna kiss the earth. Just imagine going down and kissing the earth. And that's kind of where the direction that your chest and your head will move in. And as we do that, press actively into this right foot in this left hand and try to lift your hips from the earth. All right, so lift your hip, lift the leg, lift the hip. That's your baby grasshopper right there. Just play around with it a little bit, really get into the realm of trusting yourself, having a little confidence and courage to try something perhaps new to you, being okay with it not going the way you want it to go, just seeing what you can get out of it, all right? Maybe try that for one more breath. I like to see the smile there, Jen. At least you're having fun with it. All right. Then we're going to come back onto our sit bones, bend the knees, tick-tock the knees back and forth. We'll take that sequence on the other side. So cross the left ankle over the right thigh. You can walk the right heel close to you. You can actually turn your wrist the opposite direction. So if the fingers were facing your hips, maybe you have the fingers facing away this time. Breathe into your hip stretch. Two more breaths. All right, from here, we're gonna bring that right heel to the left sit bone, bring the left foot back to the earth. Woo, so many directions. And then lift up and twist to the left. So hug the knee into the midline, looking for a seated spinal twist. Relax the shoulders from the ears. Draw the navel toward the spine. One more breath. Beautiful. Come back into center. Stretch that right leg long on the mat. I'm just going to move back a little bit. Bring your right hand around. And remember, we're going to take the right hand. That's not your right hand. Left hand on the right leg. Left hand, right leg. Right hand next to hip. And just kiss the earth. Just lean down. You'll feel the twist. It's a really nice twist, if nothing else. If you want to turn it into the arm balance, press into your right hand and your left foot as you begin to lift the hip and the leg from the earth. Baby grasshopper. I'm just watching y'all have some fun. I hope there's some giggling going on. All right, when you've had enough, yay, Lisa! Yay! That's so cute. I love the little victory, whoop, whoop. All right, so bring your feet down to the earth. We're gonna come onto our backs. We're gonna take two bridge poses to work a little bit more into the core, and then we'll begin our rest. So bring your hips, or your heels closer to your hips. Root down through the feet. Keep the hips stable, knees are hip distance apart. Start to press into your heels as you invite your pelvis up towards the sky. Maybe you roll onto your shoulders. Maybe you interlace your hands underneath your back once again, like we did in our humble warrior. Pressing down to the shoulders, down into the heels and feet, lifting up with the hips and the heart, letting it all shine. Try not to look around, keep the neck stable. Two more breaths. you're outside, you're enjoying a gorgeous breeze right now. If you have the bind, unwind it, release it. Move the shoulders back away from one another, come all the way down. Draw your knees into your chest. Roll a little bit on the back. And we're gonna go for one more back bend. You're welcome to take another bridge or bound bridge. If you wanna take a full wheel, you're welcome to. If you're feeling like your hips are open enough for it, you would take your hands, flip them toward the top of the shoulders, and press down into the earth as you lift up through the body. But if you want to take another bridge, go for it. Wherever you are, stay there for 6 more breaths. Inviting in more courage, more passion with each breath. And when you're ready, let go of any binds. Slowly bring your chin to your chest and roll down, letting it all go. It's time into a happy laughing baby. So drive your back into the earth from the sacrum all the way up to the shoulders. Knees are bent, or straighten them if that feels better. And you're welcome to take any final shapes that your body is asking for today. You want a little bit more into the hips, bring the feet together, knees open, Supta Utkatasana. If you want another inversion, maybe the legs travel up to the sky. If there's anything else that you want to do, go for it. No limitations here. Take about 5 breaths. So for those of you in shoulder stand, I see a few of you coming through plow. And then rolling down 1 vertebra at a time, gently making the back flat on the earth once again. Feel free to take any final counter stretches to that, maybe a fish pose or another laughing happy baby pose. And then ultimately making your way down onto your back, finding a final resting shape. Our Shavasana is a time to integrate all the benefits, the mental, physical, emotional, energetic benefits of the practice into a time of contemplation, reflection. It's a beautiful space where you don't really have to do anything. You spend all your day doing things. You can just be. Let the body breathe itself. Let the breath breathe itself and let the body relax. And when it's time, I will awaken you with the exact same reading I began with, because I feel like you need to hear it more than once for it to really soak in. So in the meantime, allow yourself to be still. Take heart. Take heart. Do not be afraid. The future may be uncertain, but there is no need to hide away. Every day is an opportunity to courageously show up, even when you do not feel equipped or that you will be enough. Let grace surprise you, setting fire to your bones, strengthening your mind in the wild of your unknowns. Be at peace in the mystery. Trust the wisdom of your heart. Trust the intuition that you hold each and every day. Start to reawaken to your world, taking deeper breaths and some movement into the body. Take a big stretch and then make your way to one side. From here, start to roll up, finding a comfortable seat. Allow the palms to press together in front of your heart. Thank you so much for practicing with us today. The love and the light in me honors the love and the light shining brightly in each of you. Namaste. So again, on behalf of Ease, thank you so much for being part of this class today. Thank you for all of your support, your kind words, and just for being there. Do check out easeyogacafe.com and see all of the workshops we have coming up right this afternoon in about half an hour. Matthew's going to be teaching a resilient mind workshop. We'd love to invite you to that. And I know that my friend Brielle is doing a breathwork workshop for Ease this week. So check out all of the wonderful things going on. And we look forward to seeing you again on the mat whenever you're able to practice. Namaste, everyone.